Hi guys, welcome to my week 16 post VSG update. How are you? Things are snowy here. We got like 11 inches of snow in New Jersey today, and I worked from home today. I literally haven't left the house because why would I? It's been a cozy, snowy day. So I hope you are staying warm wherever you are, and I will get started with my stats. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 20th, 2016 in Morristown, New Jersey at Morristown Medical Center. I'm 5'8", 30 years old. My high weight, starting weight, day of surgery, was 265. Last week I was 210.4, and this week I am 208.8, which means that is a loss of 1.6 pounds for the week and 56.2 pounds total. So as you can see by this chart here, it's not one of my higher losses, but it's definitely okay, better than last week. So I'm happy. Look, I'm definitely feeling better. Thank you so much for all your kind and well wishes. Last week I was definitely in a funk, but I've done a few things to help me feel better. First of all, I'm sleeping more, which is just so important to me, probably everybody. But really, I was getting like 6.5 hours of sleep, and really, that's not enough for me. Maybe for some people that's okay, but I started going to bed a little bit earlier and waking up a little bit later, and now I'm getting like 7.5 hours. So I think that's made a big difference. Also, I feel like this week, all of a sudden, the sun is out. And even though I just said, yes, it snowed like 11 inches today, it's been sunny for the last couple of days. And I feel like when I leave for work in the mornings, the sun is out. And when I come home in the evenings, the sun is still out, or at least it's like setting right then, which is nice. There was such a long time when when I left for work in the mornings, it was dark. And when I came back, it was dark. And that's just really depressing. Even where I sit at work, I sit by a window because I want to be able to see the sunlight outside, and so because it's been sunnier and brighter, I really think that that's affected my mood a lot. Also, speaking of sunshine and enjoying it, you might have seen on my Instagram that yesterday I went outside walking, which I hadn't done since like October. Yesterday it was like 60 degrees, by the way. Today it's like in the teens. But okay, so Lost Ange Found and Jess from Watch Kitty Shrink have proposed this long haul challenge to tack on to their resolution challenge. So the January challenge was 117 miles in January. I said I was going to do it. I absolutely did not do it. However, the long haul challenge is either 1,000 or 1,500 miles for the whole year. And at first, when you think about that, that sounds like so much. No way is that ever going to be reasonable. But then Ange was like, hey, that's only, I don't know what she said, but like 3 miles a day. And that sounded really reasonable. So I went back and looked at how many miles I had walked in January kind of without trying, and I was at almost 60. So that was like 2 miles a day. And then I realized to get to 1,000 miles for the year, if I average 3 miles or 2.8 miles a day, then I can get to the 1,000. And if I average 4.4 miles a day, which I don't think I will just like naturally do without a lot of effort, then I would get to the 1,500. But anyway, so like to me, the 2.8 is like very attainable. It's just like a small stretch goal. So I have started walking on my lunch breaks. Now here's another thing I've done like for my physical health and like my mental sanity. I have like an office job, right? And so it's very like live and die by the calendar, and everybody can like see each other's calendars, not like what you have booked, but like when you have free time and when you're in meetings and whatever. So what I have actually started doing is like blocking out my lunchtime on my calendar, so it looks like I'm busy during that time. I mean, technically I'm allowed. I mean, I'm not hourly, so I don't like clock in and clock out, but I mean, I'm supposed to be taking a lunch, and a lot of times I would just like eat at my desk or work through lunch. So I've been blocking out an hour every day on my lunch, on my calendar, and for most of the week I was going to the gym and just like walking on the treadmill or hitting the elliptical for like 35, 40 minutes, and that gets me definitely over definitely to where I need to be for this long haul challenge. And I feel good, and it's just like, it's good to take a mental break from work and to like step away. The whole thing has just been great. And yesterday, because it was sunny, I actually went and walked outside. The whole loop around our campus is 1 mile, and I did 2 loops, so that was 2 miles. So anyway, if you look at this chart, this is just the last 8 days, but I am definitely keeping up with it. And this shows that I've done 24.35 miles in the last 8 days, which averages 3.04 miles per day. So that is over my 2.8, which I need to be at to to hit the 1,000 miles in the year. So far I'm on track and I'm really happy. Except today it snowed and like snowed a lot, and I didn't leave the house. So today has probably set me back, but I will be making up for it. Oh, also, Cindy from Cindy VSG has a squats challenge, which I am really enjoying. The thing here is every time you go to the bathroom, you do 20 squats. Well, the first time you do 20 squats, it's not that bad. And the second time you do it, it's not that bad. But then you go to the bathroom like 10 times in a day, and before you know it, you've done 200 squats. So, I think she's only doing it during work hours, and this only started like yesterday, the day before, so I'm also only doing it during work hours, but still, I'm doing like 100, 120 squats a day. So I'm really enjoying that, because really 20 by 20, it's not that bad, right? If you were like just going to stop and do 120 squats, that would be a lot. But when you do 20, it's like, okay, and then you take a break for a while, and then you do some more next time you go to the bathroom. So that's been fun. When I'm at work, I feel like it's really funny because I'm like, I'm in the stall, I've used the restroom, I like pull my pants up, and then I start doing the squats, and I feel like, I don't know, like I'm wearing slacks and socks, and I feel like you hear like swish swish, swish swish, swish swish with the squats. So like if there's other people in the bathroom, they're probably like, what the heck is going on over there? But I don't care because I'm getting my squats in. So I'm really enjoying that one. Also, I've been making better food options choices, honestly. Last week, I got a little crazy, and so this week, honestly, I went back to daily weighing because I felt like I needed to keep myself on track. And I went and bought healthy snacks, which I had done before, but I guess I had run out or whatever, so I just like, it's good for me to have a quick, easy option at work and at home for like, when the moment strikes, you have a good option available. And that's really all it takes for me to not snack on crazy things, to like snack on healthy things. String cheese, the cheese crisps, yogurts, Halo Top. I bought Halo Top for the first time. It's really good. So just having those kinds of snacks available has definitely helped as well. Physically, a few changes. So I think I told you this last week or at some point, that my acid reflux medicine ended after 3 months. And I think I'm starting to have some acid reflux. I might just be overthinking it, I'm not sure, but in the evenings I kind of feel a little burn, and I don't know if that's like really bad for me to just like live with, but I've been taking some Tums at night, most nights. I have an appointment to, actually, I know I'd been saying I wasn't seeing my surgeon anymore, but I have an appointment to see him next week. So I'm going to follow up with him and see if the Tums are okay, or if maybe I need to continue taking the prescription. Also, a lot of you have asked me about how the fiber is going. So to catch you up, I was taking Colace every day, which is a stool softener. I decided I didn't like the way that felt. It just like felt really hard on my stomach. It kind of irritated my stomach when I would take it, so I decided I didn't want to take that anymore, and I started taking fiber gummy supplements instead. Okay, so a moment of TMI, if you will, but this has caused me to go to the bathroom much more frequently, but with slightly increased difficulty, if you will. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm definitely going more often, like almost every day, so I think that's good, and I think my body's still adjusting, but I think it's fine. But the jury's still out. I'll keep you posted. Also, okay, so when we talked about like hormonal changes or whatever, and like acne and all this that was happening out of the blue, I didn't mention, but I should have. My hair has been really dry. My scalp has been really dry, and I don't think it's just the weather, because I was here in New Jersey last winter, and this didn't really happen, and like it doesn't. I don't really get dry scalp. Like when I was a teenager, I used to, and I feel like that was a hormonal thing, and then it passed, and now it's back. And so I think this is like a hormonal weird thing that's happening due to the surgery. So I wanted to show you just a couple of products that I like. Okay, so I love Veda products. Always use a Veda everything. I used to use I still do, this like smoothing serum for when I straighten my hair. Or I'll use this Fomoliant for when I'm wearing it curly. However, in the last couple weeks using those, my scalp has still been really dry. So I buy a lot of products from there and they give me lots of little free samples. So I was looking through my free samples the other day and I found this one. This is a Veda Dry Remedy Moisturizing Mask. You guys, this is amazing. I will be buying a bigger bottle very soon. So basically, after I get out of the shower, I just put this. It's almost like it's like a creamy kind of lotion. I just put like maybe like a pea-sized amount, rub it in my hands, work it into my hair and my scalp, and I feel like that has been working wonders. I love it. It smells so good, feels great. Cannot recommend that highly enough. Also, a separate thing, because my hair is, I think, falling out a little bit more than it had been. I'm trying to wash my hair a little less frequently. So I used to wash it maybe every 2 or 3 days. Now it's more like twice a week, so like every 3 or 4 days. And so if my hair gets oily in between, I've been using the Lush Dry Shampoo. It's called No Drought. They always have cute names for their things. But this, it's like a really fine powder. And dry shampoos I had used in the past were always like sprays and they felt like really gunky. But this one, it's just like, it's a really, I don't even know if you can see, but it's a really loose, fine powder. So when your hair is feeling really oily, just separate it, pour a little bit of the powder in, shake it in, separate, pour it in, shake it in, separate, pour, shake it in. And it just kind of, I guess, absorbs the oiliness and smells amazing. It's kind of citrusy, and I just love it. So this comes in 2 sizes, a big one and a little one, and I've had this one for months and I've barely made a dent. So I think the little one is plenty big enough. So anyway, not affiliated or anything, just wanted to share those with you because they have been great. Okay, so that is where I am this week, I guess, kind of physically, how I've been feeling. Mentally, it's been a little tough because of the daily weighing, I think, and like this constant bargaining I do with myself. I know we all do it, but you know, it's just like, I'm glad I'm doing the daily weighing again because it keeps me accountable, and I feel like if I go a whole week without checking in, my choices could kind of derail a little, if you know what I mean. So checking in every day, on the one hand, I'm aware that like obviously the scale's not going to go down every day, but at the same time, if it goes up, I can maybe reassess or reevaluate what happened and why. But you know, it's just this kind of like daily, hourly bargaining that happens where you're like, oh, but I worked out and I burned a ton of calories, so like maybe I can just eat some of these peanuts. Or you know, last week I lost a little bit of weight despite eating a little crazy, so this week I've been mostly on track. I mean, who cares if I have a second serving of Halo Top? And it's just been this kind of like constant battle. Also, I went to see my nutritionist last week, and I kind of walked her through what I was eating in a day. And she was like, wow, your carbs are really low. My goal for you is to stay under 100, and really I'm saying like in the neighborhood of 40 grams of carbs per day. She's like, wow, your carbs are so low. Which really made me think like, oh, maybe I could be eating more carbs and it's okay. Except here's the thing, you know, before surgery I was diabetic or pre-diabetic or whatever. And so it was like drilled into my head that I could never have more than 10 carbs in a thing per serving. And so like, how would I get more than 40 carbs in it? I don't know how this would shake out, but just like mentally it's in the back of my head of like, my nutrition is saying, oh, your carbs are really low, great job. It really makes me feel like I can increase my carbs and a little and still be good, but I shouldn't. And here's the like constant thing, right? Also, I realized the other day that like the longest I've ever been on any diet was 3 months, and I feel like after 3 months I like hit this wall and I'm just like, F it, I'm done, I'm going back to regular eating. But now I like physically can't go back to regular eating, and so as much as I want to, I can't, and I feel like I'm kind of over this diet some days, and so that's kind of been a battle as well, which I have been combating with. So I guess part of it was that I was like cooking 2 separate meals every time for me and my husband, so like lunch and dinner, breakfast, whatever, like separate things. So just like mentally it feels better for me if I realize we're eating the same things, just like different portion sizes, and that's really not what's happening. but I like to feel that that's what's happening. So, for example, I made these tuna patties with pork rinds instead of breadcrumbs, and I got that idea from Tanya, and they were so good. But then I made like real tuna patties for him with like hollandaise sauce, and anyway, his were really good. But it was nice to feel like we were eating the same thing. So anyway, I want to get to a place where I don't feel like I'm on a diet so much. I want to feel like I'm eating more normal things. And really the only thing I'm lacking in my diet is carbs, right? So like pasta, rice, bread, fries. The thing is, I can't just be like, F it, I'm gonna go eat some fries, because that would hurt. Like physically, I know it would hurt. So it's like you just have to get over it. And so I'm trying. But I'm trying to like make myself feel like I'm not so much on a diet and more like this is normal life, and I'm working on it. Anyway, it's like the mental battle that happens all the time. So that's where I am this week. How are you? Thanks for hanging in there with me. I have really enjoyed all your videos recently. It seems like everybody hopefully is kind of getting over that funk. I really associate it with the winter and the weather, and hopefully once we start to get a little more spring in the mix, then everyone will just feel better. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.